𝗪𝗏𝘁𝘀 sir to take over the session. I hope you all will be having a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, Lena. So, students, let me give you an introduction why we chose this topic and what is the aim behind it. So, let me try to share my screen. Thank you, Jayalakshmi. Thank you for the warm words. So, Lena, is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So, a little bit introduction about Sandbox. Sandbox is a tech startup. So, you would have seen our previous programs. We did a couple of programs with AP, Skill Development Corporation, though it is employability related or it's interview related. So, we did a 1 month long program called Life Cycle of Software. There we try to touch base on all the technologies. We try to introduce you what is development, testing, support, and what are the methodologies used to build a software, what are the roles involved while building a software to help you understand how real-time operations happens on a software industry. And by introducing all these various aspects, we wanted you to understand how each one works and which one you feel comfortable to take up. So whatever the career path you pursue, you should know in advance how it works and what is the life cycle and how your career graph in that. So we try to achieve that. So if someone missed to attend those programs, just go to the APSTC YouTube channels. You will have the recordings there. So, little bit about our collaboration with Block Survey. So I know Wilson as a friend. So we worked together few years back, so we have collaboration. So I moved on to start this Sandbox, and Wilson started along with his team Block Survey platform. So Wilson will speak about Block Survey. So we wanted the team to address students. So we wanted, this is a real-time technology startup. So if they come and speak with you, you will get to understand how actual technology works. So theory will not be of any help. So you would have seen 100 hours of theory, it will not work. So unless you get to know how it actually fits in the application part. So that's why if you get a chance to collaborate, just listen from a team who has implemented that, you will get to understand the technology and business behind it. So unless you know the business purpose, you will not be able to understand the technological requirements. So that's why we wanted actual team to come and speak, and we are glad that Wilson's team, Block Survey team, Raja and Wilson are here to address all of you, and you can make use of that time and ask them questions and understand how it works, and so whatever the doubts you can get clarified with them. So this is a team behind materializing this program. We are calling them Lighthouse team. So they have been working with Sandbox from the life cycle of software training program and much before that also. So this team has created all the utilities, though it's a website or there's a mobile app, there is a ticketing tool, there's a emailing tool, certificate generation tool. All these things are developed by this team. So trainers are not involved in this implementation part. So we have given a free hand to all the team members to take their own choices. So they have collaborated by themselves and they came out and designed. You would have seen our website. So this team is responsible for creating that website. So if you can see my screen. So they are all students studying in various colleges. They are from second year, third year, final year, passed outs. So all of them got together. They created this website. They are materializing all these programs. So last week we have conducted FedEx Day program. So you would have seen we have seen a lot of participation, and we have given certificates of participation, project completion, task completion within 24 hours. So all thanks to this team who has done immense hard work to make sure the event happens smoothly, and we see whatever we expected happened. So these are the students who topped the FedEx Day program. So we are now coming up with this program. So this is a blockchain event. So Wilson's team will be delivering their presentation. So this is a banner of Lifecycle of Software Training Program. When we collaborated with Lifecycle, with the AP Skill Development Corporation. So before that, we did interview ready program with APSTC, and before that, we did employability practice program. So all these presentations are available on the APSTC's YouTube channels. You can go and have a watch on that. So with this, I would take the control back to Lena. So Lena, you can take it over and invite the next speaker. Lena? Lena, you are on mute.
Sorry if I lost the connection. Can you repeat?
Yeah, so I'm done with my presentation. So
Yes, sir. Thank you. So, as stated by our CEO, sir, 𝗪𝗶𝘁𝗀𝗀 sir has always been friendly, and you know, like we people have always been happy to have him as our faculty or a friend indeed. So now I request Abhinay to go on with the session.
yeah. So we have requested Abhinay to come up with the findings on the blockchain from a student perspective. So as being a student, if Abhinay can share his findings on what student thinks about blockchain, how it is used, so a little bit research on that. So after that, Wilson's team will start. So you will get to understand, get to know the academic perspective and the industry perspective in the same platform. So that was the point behind that. So go ahead, Abhinav. Is it Abhinav or Abhinay? Who is going to? Elena?
So we have a presentation from Abhinay. So
Abhinay, okay.
Yeah. So Abhinay, are you able to hear me?
Yeah. Sorry for the confusion, Abhinay. So
Lena,
yeah.
Lena, 1 second. I'm setting my screen.
Okay,
Sure.
go on.
So we have requested Abhinay to give a presentation on the team and the achievements and the work collaboration. So Abhinay is going to give a presentation. After that, Abhinav will give a presentation on the blockchain. Abhinay, you can try sharing now. My presentation was on hold, so I think that was blocking you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm sharing the screen.
Sure.
Is my screen visible, sir?
Not yet.
Maybe now you can check.
Yes, it's.
Yeah,
Yes, yeah.
Good morning, all. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is 𝗪𝗶𝘁𝗀𝗀 I'm being in Sandbox as a project lead. Let me give a brief info about Sandbox. First of all, we all have joined this Sandbox with the life cycle of a software program collaborated with APSSTC. From there, we all, like me and along with all the volunteers, we have attended as a participants. Then 𝗪𝗶𝘁𝗀𝗀 sir, CEO of Sandbox, gave a opportunity to brush up our skills with being a teammates in the other groups. I mean, like we have divided ourselves into technology. I mean, developer groups, testers group, like based on SLC and agile methodologies. Um, from API and Sandbox. With luckily we have joined this Sandbox. This is the first initiative of, I mean, like first live training program of Sandbox. Before this event, there are a lot of lectures has been conducted, but that's like a seminar. This is the first initiative taken by Sandbox. Later on, as I said before, we this is the first Sandbox team. Initially, we have around 25 to 25 members. With this 25 members, we started. I mean, we are the building blocks for Sandbox, and later on, with all the team efforts guided by 𝗪𝗪𝘁 sir, we developed a Sandbox and improved a lot. This is the first team where we have 5 teams at beginning: developer team, Q&A team, support team, documentation team, and admin team. Later, with all the evaluation done based on the evaluation basis, we have taken up top 30 from the SLC program. By conducting some interviews, whoever qualified the interviews, we have taken up them, and then we invited them to our writers team with the new members of the top SLC program, along with the core members of the previous team. This is how we have formed our lighthouse team. This lighthouse team, I mean, before there used to be only 5 teams. With additional strength, we thought of developing the Sandbox in multiple ways. So we had added different types of teams, which we can individually go through the development tasks. Here we have, at presently we have development team, testing team, application support team, business writing team, business strategy team, client welfare team, public relation team, and admin team, and craft management team. To maintain this all groups, we have made one project management team, which I mean, there are only few members in project management team, like managers kind of thing. They will monitor all these teams with care and passion. This is our team at present. You can see the designations here. I mean, like for example, I'm here. I am nominated myself for development team. Sorry. And whereas I will be in business strategy team too. In the same way, all the members has nominated themselves. You can see Lena's here. Okay. With all the initiatives, we thought, we discussed. I mean, with the lighthouse team, we had a great. We'll be having every Sunday meeting session. In the Sunday meeting sessions, we conveyed our problems and difficulties which we have faced in our academics. With the academics, 𝗪𝗪𝘁 told us, why can't we implement a student-friendly and student-supporting program? With the initiatives, I mean, in the past 2 weeks, all JNTU students are being under examinations. So even some of our team has examination. They conveyed that we can't able to concentrate on the examination because of this lockdown and the I mean, like online mode. So we have built, I mean, we have started this new program, exam buddy, to I mean, to help the students with the team who is capable to explain the subject. They have taken some session to explain the things one day before the exam. I mean, like in our rooms, our topper friend explains the things in 1 hour. I mean, the whole semester he will explain in 1 hour. The same way we have tried to implement the same here. With the sessions continued on, from the mistakes we learned, like we have faced some difficulties when we conducted SLC program. At first, some of the non-IT guys said that
Sorry to interrupt. Like, can you again present? Like, it's not streaming in the YouTube. So, can you try presenting it again?
Okay, 1 second. Can you check it once?
Yeah, 1 second. Go on.
Okay, okay, one second. Let me share my screen again. Okay. Yeah, sorry for it. Yeah, then from from the SLC program, we have got some reviews stating that we are non-IT guys. Can you please help us to come up with the ideas to be equal with the IT guys? So we have started this new program. Our first session has been conducted. Even I have taken I'm also part of it. In this session, we have taught them some basic algorithms and Python language and Java language, which can help them to cope up with the like IT guys. It is not like complete IT guys. To get some the basic ideas regarding IT, we have planned this session. It is not a single session; it is a series of sessions. It will be going on. And next, we had last week we have conducted FedEx Day. Sorry for it. Let me show you in the website. I hope with the Janisa presentation you have seen our website. If you want, you can join us here, where we have a login option where you can be part of our sandbox. Yeah, this is the FedEx Day event which we have conducted with trainer Papi ma'am on data science topic. It was a great event. It went on. It was a very successful event. Like it is like a one-day hackathon kind of thing. We planned it, and it was very successful. At the time of presentation, we have given one real-time example, and we have given as a 12 hours of time to solve it. Yeah, some of the students faced some difficulties, but they went on to the YouTube and rechecked the session again, and they have solved the session. They have solved the problem, and they have sent us the solutions in the blog survey platform. Like they have sent their project details in the link format, which we have collected through a blog survey. And finally, I would like to say that whatever the problems which as a student you are facing it, we are trying to come up with very solution to tackle the situation. And finally, I would like to thank 𝗪𝗶𝘁 sir, CEO of Sandbox, for giving me this opportunity. And finally, thank you.
Thank you. That was a nice presentation. It's a pleasure from Sandbox to work with the talented team like that. Thank you, Abhinay.
Thank you, sir.
So Abhinay, thank you so much. You have really said the real essence of how we are making things great. So yes, for people to have a better understanding and for the things to go on well. So we have created a 1-minute video. I hope seeing that you'll know how we were united very well. Under the roof of Sandbox, having different opinions, diversity of thoughts and all, but still we were all together under this one roof. So I hope you all will like it. So Abhinay, go on with the video.
1 second, Lina. Is my system audio audible to you?
Yes, Abhinay, yes.
Okay.
No matter where I go, every time I look back on this road, you'll always be a part of who I am. Everything I've known, every single greatness you have sown, through good and bad, your love has watched me grow. You teach me right from wrong, inspire me to be strong. You carry it everywhere in my heart. You will always stay In this moment, let me say how I'm grateful every day. You are here to guide my way. When I'm lost beside me, stay. In this moment, let me say you turn my little into great. There's no fear.
I hope you have watched our video. I mean, you got a brief intro about our what we have done in 1 minute. And thanks, Lena, for making this video.
Thank you, Tim. Can you play that again? I wanted to see my side.
Okay, 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 sir.
No matter where I go, every time I look back on this road, you'll always be a part of who I am. Everything I've known, every seed of greatness you have sown. Through good and bad, your love has watched me grow. You teach me right from wrong, inspire me to be strong. You carry it everywhere. In my heart, you will always stay. In this moment, let me say how I'm grateful every day. You are here to guide my way. When I'm lost beside me, stay. In this moment, let me say you turn my little into great. There's no fear.
Okay. It was created very well, Tim.
Thank you, sir. I mean, I would like to thank Lena for it.
Thank you.
Now, I would like to give. I would like to give the next presentation to Abhinav. I hope Abhinav is ready with it. Lena, carry on.
Thank you, Abhinay. Thank you so much for letting people know what our lighthouse team is. And we have started from a very initial stage, and now we are able to help students of our age. So it is really all because of Sandbox, all because of Jani sir. So now I request Abhinav to go on with the session. Abhinav, I think I am audible to you, Abhinav.
Yes, Lena. I'm
Okay. Okay.
so good morning, everyone. First, let me share my screen.
Good afternoon, where is the matter?
So, can someone confirm if they can see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, your screen is visible.
So, good morning, everyone. I am Abhinav, an intern at Sandbox Technologies. Before the start of the session by our trainers, I'll
Yeah.
give you.
Can you check? Sorry to disturb. Can you check in the YouTube streaming? Please?
Is it visible now, sir?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
So, before the start of the session by our expert trainers, I'll give you a brief introduction about the blockchain and its fundamentals. So, let's see what a blockchain is. A blockchain is an open distributed ledger that can record transactions between two parties efficiently and in a verifiable and a permanent way. So when we read the definition about this blockchain, we don't understand much because we can't understand this complex terminologies. So I will take a simple example and I will show you why it is called this distributed ledger and why it has a features like open, distributed ledger, P2P and permanent. So let's say there are three persons, A, B and C, and the person A has to transfer some amount to B, who has to transfer the same amount to C. So for example, let's say A has transferred amount 1 lakh rupees to B. So when someone transacts, he has a logbook, right? So that he has completed this transaction. That means A has deducted 1 lakh rupees in his account. And in the record of B, he will show that as he has received 1 lakh rupees from A. And now he transfers it to C. So that's what we are hoping to see. But there is a chance that instead of transferring this amount to C, B has a chance that he keeps the amount with himself and lies to C that he hasn't received any money. That means in his record he shows that he hasn't received any money from A, and eventually C will not get any amount because he doesn't know who is lying. Either A is lying that he hasn't transferred the money, or either B is lying. So in the current system is we depend more on trust on each other. That means the person A has trusted B and transferring this amount. And if B betrays him, there is no chance that C will find out. So this is the first drawback of our current system. That means the middleman has the capability and chance that he can rig the system. So let me show another example by using the blockchain technology. Yeah, right. So here you can see the person A, B and C. And when we use blockchain, all of them will maintain the same logbook. That means each of them will know the account, the incoming and outgoing of the money of other persons. That means A knows that. So first let's say A has transferred 1 lakh rupees from his account to B, and and he will show it in his record that he has transferred the money to B. And this change will be reflected in all the accounts of the blockchain. That means every person in the blockchain will know that A has transferred the same 1 lakh rupees to B. So there is no chance of betraying C because he knows that 1 lakh rupees is with B. And likewise, when in the same example, like in the before example, if the person B lies, C can find out because he knows that the person B has the money and he is lying, because every person in the blockchain has the access to the same ledger. That means the same logbook. So let's see the presentation. So this is open because these are the qualities or advantages of using the blockchain. That means it is an open network. That means, see in this example, every person in the blockchain knows the incoming and the transactions of each account. So it is called open and it is distributed. That means the ledger or the logbook of a person or of the network is with everyone. So that is why it's called as distributed ledger. P2P means it is peer-to-peer network. That means there is no middleman involved. So when we transfer some money from our account to another account, we usually depend on banks. That means from our account, the banks will deduct the money from our account and add it to the other account. And so there is a middleman involved there. And there is a chance that he may change the account details or like that. And it is called as permanent blockchain. What this permanent means is, once a transaction has been done, that transaction will be recorded in the blockchain and we cannot modify it. Everyone can see the details of the transaction here, what that the transaction is done, but no one can edit the details, not even A or B or any person in the blockchain. So there is no chance of rigging the system or hacking into it, because the blockchain is encrypted with very strong complex algorithms that no one reverse the transaction or modify it. So that is about blockchain. So that's just a simple example. A user requests check for it. So this is how the blockchain work in a step-by-step view. A user requests for a transaction. A block representing the transaction is created. That means the details of the transaction is present in this block. That means he is transferring the X amount to the account of B, and this block is distributed to all the nodes of the network. All the nodes means all the persons are the connections in the blockchain network, and they in turn validate this block. That means they see the block, and they will validate that it is right to, and they will add it to the blockchain. And once that blockchain is added, and that one the new block is added to the blockchain, it can never be modified. It can be seen by everyone, but it can never be modified. So these are the benefits of blockchain. It is immutable. That means the blocks in the blockchain are the transactions, are the details cannot be modified. It is shared and distributed. That means all the persons in the network has the same account ledger, which lets them see the transactions and in turn increase the transparency of the transaction system. It is decentralized. The decentralized term means the power does not have with only one entity or an organization. So for example, in our country, the currency Indian rupees is monitored by the RBI. That means it has the total power of controlling our currency. In 2016, when the demonetization has occurred, some of the persons have disagreed to it, but we all have to accept it, because RBI has the power to monetize or demonetize them, because it is the central power of the monitoring the Indian rupee. So in decentralized networks, say for example Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. That means it is like a currency, but it has no physical form, and it is a decentralized network, because that means no a single person or an entity or an organization handles or holds the power of it. It runs automatically, and it is traded by the traders automatically. No other third party is involved in monitoring the network. It is automatically executed and valued by the complex algorithms. It is more secure. Sorry, sir.
So from the student perspective, Abhinav, so what is your take on the blockchain technology? How it is different from other technologies? How easy it is to understand, or how flexible it is to implement things? What is the student perspective before Wilson starts, his team starts presentation on that? What is the student perspective of blockchain?
As the technology is very new, sir, most of the students will not understand what is the use of blockchain or how it benefits the existing system. That means everyone thinks that our system or things happening is perfect, and most of the people will be okay with the things that are going on right now. But in every system also there is some flaws that needs to be corrected.
Okay, you mean to say like we will not get to know what is the scope for improvement until we get to see a better technology. Exactly. Okay, that's a nice one. Okay.
So, like the same example, like let's say the Indian rupees are monitored by the RBI. That means it has the central power. It monitors and takes all the necessary actions to keep the value as a constant or increasing.
So we will get to know the industry perspective once Wilson and Raja can start. So so go ahead if you have a conclusion.
So now I think now I think you have understood what is blockchain and why it is called as open distributed ledger, and why it is called as P2P network.
Okay, thank you.
So I now ask
even I got to know interesting points from the presentation. Thanks for that.
Thank you, sir. So I finish it by now. I will ask Lena to take all the session from me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Abhinav. It is really, really nice to know about blockchain. The initial what, how to answer all the questions, the five W's of how, what, why, and why it is needed and all. So it is really nice. So now I request the block survey team to take over the session.
Introduce on what is it. The understanding is around this, but we will walk through a little bit on how to see from another dimension to understand this further. So
most of the students, what they would like to understand is like the application part of a technology. So it can be or blockchain or some other technology, but how it gets used in a real time. So they get to learn a lot of theory, but the actual cutting edge technology and their use is one part they don't understand. And second one is the startup working culture. So most of the students will look for internships or work full-time startup. So how is the work culture? What is expectations and how quickly they should prepare themselves and what are the ways? So if they get to know how startup works, then they can prepare in that line.
Sure, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I'll touch upon that as well, Jani. So what I'll do is we'll introduce and then Raja will speak about the blockchain, and then at the end I'll speak on how we work. Maybe I'll give you ideas on how you can start your own product or your startup and so on. We'll share how we approach it, and then probably you can take it up.
Sure. Thank you. Go ahead.
Sure. Thank you for inviting me, Jani and team. We're really glad to see what you're doing with Sandbox, primarily focusing on the next generation of primarily the knowledge workers as well as entrepreneurs and techies who are trying to venture in this world. I think are really glad to see your passion on helping them out, and it's a great initiative.
We're just doing our best. Thank you.
We're glad to be here, and I wanted to thank Lena, Abhinay, and Abhinav. Thank you for putting this together. Excellent presentation in all the capacities. What you have put information across, I'm sure it is going to be helpful to me. And just a quick introduction. My name is Wilson. I work with Jani with Fidelity Investments, and then we both have. Started our own journey outside. It's interesting to get connected back and to see what each of us are working upon. And Jani is a good friend. I think we have shared a lot of stuff while we were working. We used to primarily collaborate and discuss about topics which is outside work as well. So interesting areas of discussions, and glad to see that we are on the same space right now. And as introduced, my name is Wilson, one of the co-founders of 𝗪𝗁𝘁, and I also have Raja with me. He's my other co-founder and partner. We both started this together, primarily focused on crypto and blockchain as a domain, and then we wanted to build solutions using this domain. And 𝗪𝗁𝘁 is one of the products. So 𝗪𝗁𝘁 is been there in the space for about 12 months, and we are continuing to develop. We have about 500 plus customers using us, and continuing to venture and build it to scale. And with that, I'll pass it on to Raja, and Raja will walk you through primarily seeing blockchain in a different dimension. So one is looking blockchain as a ledger and how it is decentralized and so on. But then if you see as a wholesome picture on how our web is transitioning to the next generation, and how blockchain is going to
help in building the next generation of apps. And Raja will touch upon that and also give you applications on how you can use blockchain to build your own app. We would encourage you all to build a simple app on using blockchain. So that will be our key takeaway. If you are able to do that, and then we will be very, very glad to support you in that front as well. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. Yeah, feel free to ask questions. If you don't understand something, just drop your questions in the chat, and we will look at it, and we will try to help you out again. And as you listen, if you don't understand something, just type it on the chat. We will try to rephrase it, and we'll make it interactive. All right. And yeah, over to Raja. Raja, you can take over. Thank you.
Sure, thank you, Wilson. Hello, everyone. Yeah, I think Wilson and our team, everyone has given introduction about us. So let's jump on to the presentation. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your presentation. Sure. So, before jumping on to this, right, so Abhinav has given a good introduction about the basic blockchains. So really, that was like a more of theoretical and how is it working, right, guys? So now what we are going to see here is why the blockchain has come into the picture, in the last 10 years, why it has come in, and what are the problems they are found out and they are solved, and of course they are solved in the financial world. Okay, so then later how it has been evolved to solve more problems in all other aspect as well. And what is the problem we have solved? So let's see all these things one by one. It's kind of a story. Okay, guys, so the intention of this presentation is you have to understand why blockchain has come in and what is that, how is it helping day-to-day problems what we are facing in the softwares, even be it in technology perspective. Okay, right? Okay, so that's an initial thought. Okay, so let's talk about first like a blockchain. How this word has come in. Of course, everyone knows it's a blocks of chain, right, guys? So it's it's containing certain information in each and every block. So it's a basic understanding what is blockchain. So the point here is why, first of all, why blockchain has come into this. Let's talk about that. And before blockchain has come in, and what is the current world we are living, and what are the problems we are having and still we are using, and we are going with that problem, and how it is helping us to solve the problem. Okay, that's a first. We will discuss about the history and principles, and later we will think about talk about what are the application has built on top of it, and how is it serving the real world solve the problem and solve the process okay, so that also we will talk about in the next topic, guys. So first I will take about talk about this one, understanding of the blockchain. First let's discuss about what is the world we are living today and how is it coming into the picture. Okay, the history. Okay, so we will take two examples. One is social media and another is banking. How are we using social media today? I hope everyone would be using a social media accounts, be it Facebook, Twitter, Google, and everything, right, guys? What is the problem on that? We are very happy to use all the social media, and we are posting and we are sending emails. We don't see any problem. We are very happy with that service, am I right, guys? Do anyone of you think are we having any problem on that platforms? Be anyone, just if anyone have answers, just share. Else I will just keep proceeding.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Feel free to unmute and answer as well. So yeah, you can keep it interactive.
Interactive session, so that I want you guys also to understand clearly. Okay. I hope everyone is on mute, so that's
yeah. Students, you can unmute and share your opinions with Raja.
Yeah. Whenever I pass on a question, if you have any opinions, just share. Okay, share with us, no problem, guys. So the point here is, so of course we are using social media. We don't see any problems on that. Okay, so I just explained it. How are we using it today? First of all, we use the mail service like a Gmail or anything. So first of all, what we have to do with that? So we, of course, we have to create an account on any social media platform which we are going to use. Am I right? After creating an account, what would we do is what are the service they offer, like sending an email or posting our events or whatever it is. We will do on that social media. Correct. Do we need really a login account or authentication account to do all these activities? Did anyone think of it? Okay. Of course, we need a login mechanism. Why do we need a login mechanism? Because the login mechanism will makes identification saying that, okay, this is Raja, this is Sandeep, this is Wilson. So based on your identification, they will pull out all your information and they will present it on you. Right? This is how the social media is working. Of course, we need an authentication. After creating an authentication, the authentication is more of helping to relate to your data. The content, whatever you create on social media, they want to link it to it. Like saying that, okay, I am the user, I have created so and so contents. All right. So you are end of the day owner of the content. Okay. Okay. We are so happy with this system. Then what's the problem here? Again, I'm coming to the same question. Do you guys see any problems? Okay, I hope you guys are living in this world, right? So we don't see so far anyone is explaining to us. Okay, now this is called, I'm coming to the problem. So this is called, who is managing the entire ecosystem, being a login mechanism, authentication, storing data. Who is controlling entire ecosystem is the platform provider. Platform provider is not, it's the big giants like big social medias and the emailing services. Correct. So whatever the social media you use, they are the owner of the data, not you. Okay. End of the day. What I mean by is when you create a login or accounts on the platform, of course they will end of the day come to know who are you and where are you creating it. First of all. Okay. And another is the data, whatever you create, end of the day it will goes and lies on their database. Entire control over your data. So in the beginning of this discussion, I told the login mechanism is linked with your data. It means you are the owner of the data. So it's platform owners are not owner of your data. Am I right, guys? So who have to own the data? Only the login user who created the content, be it post or be it, they are the owner. The platform providers, they just have to serve the purpose, correct? But here, end of the day, in the current world, like today's world, what's happening is we are not the owner of our data and as well as our account. The superior is the platform owners. We would have come across a lot of scenarios in our in the past, saying that in the be it hack or be it data breach. So all of them has happened because only they are the owners, they are ruling the entire data of the system. Even if you log out of your social platform providers, platform developers, like even any big platform social media, if you take it, right, the developer has the person who works on that particular development, they have entire control over the data. Who is Raja and what are the posts he has posted? Is he more about technology guy or political guy and he's favoring what? See, everything they can trace out and they can put in under one particular bucket. They can define it clearly. Who are you and where are you from? And everything they have control. Tomorrow they will let you know what you like and what you don't like. Everything they will let you. So this is all like you have lost the most of the privacies and you are not in the you're not in your own world. You're under the some others like a big person. Like they are watching every one of us. So this is what like the problem is adding with the current world of any be it social media and any social platforms. Do you guys believe now?
So one question, Raja. So in traditional data storing on the server and comparing the user ID password, if it is valid or not, that used to happen, right? When a user logins to a platform. So platform has to store the data. So how blockchain can manage the authentication?
Oh, very good. I will come to that, sure. Very good. So to this point, who's managing the entire credential of the username and password? Is one, the platform provider. Am I right?
Yes.
The platform provider is the one for the encryption, correct? So sorry, the username and password. So we are like in block survey. I will to your question just to answer it now. So in block survey, there is something called in block stack, like sorry, in the blockchain world, there is something called decentralized authentication. Decentralized authentication in the sense there will never be a platform provider who is storing your username and password. You are the responsible for your there is a term called private key and public key in the cryptocurrency world, like in the cryptographic world. Okay, we will generate a private key and public key for each and every individual user who creates it. Okay, your registrations will happen. The public key will be registered on the blockchain. It means it's a decentralized in nature. No one can block your account or no one can read the blockchain. It goes and sits on the blockchain. Even the platform provider also never knows who are you and what's your username and password. Do you get it?
Okay. So you see this public key, private key perspective will be more secure than the platform provider hosting the information.
Yes. So if you are the platform, even the platform provider who is managing the entire credentials, of course they are the owner for your data and credentials, not you. Am I right?
Yes.
In this world, like in the cryptographic, like in this blockchain world, there is no middleman. No platform provider in between. If you create a login, your entire credential information goes and sits on the blockchain. It means the chain databases, it's a decentralized in the world. Like everyone will be having your credentials. Credentials in the sense, not straight away like a private key and public key. There is a algorithmic mechanism where it will evolve from the public key to private key. So there is a mechanism to solve the problem, like how to validate all of them. You have to provide, you will be getting end of the day seed phrases, like a readable seed phrases, like a 12 words readable seed phrases. Out of that, there will be a private key and public key, which is being created on account. So the seed phrases only to be given to you, not by any. If you want to access your game, you have to just feed those 12 seed phrases, and from those 12 seed phrases, the algorithmic will evolve, will solve the problem, begin the system on your, not on the server, on your machine itself. They will find out what is the private key of your account. So there is no one in the behind the screen who is owning your credentials and validating anything. It's end of the day the 12 word phrases.
Okay. While using the BlockServe platform, there was a message like once the key is lost, the account is lost. So,
okay. That's the word in going for. It's nothing but the same with the house here. If you are building a house, like a carpenter will come and help you to build a house, will you keep your key with yourself, or will you give one pair of key with carpenter as well?
We keep it to ourselves.
Right? So we are just a carpenters. We will just build a login account and system to the user. The user has to own their keys, not like we. We are just the platform providers.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, that's the example, guys. Yeah, sure. Okay. I hope everyone understands because I'm going with a very basic examples, so that if anyone has any doubts, please pass me here. Pass me anywhere. Okay. That's a history, what is with the social media. I gave you an example. Same with
and there was a question in the chat, Raja.
Yeah.
So if you can just see the chat.
Was it? Okay.
Srishti has a question, like we are providing the data to social media platform and the platform stores the data, then who is owner of the data and who is responsible for loss of data and misuse of data?
Yeah, can I answer that?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. So the ownership today is not there. We have zero ownership on the web today, be it any platform you use, say be it whatever we are on now, could be Google Meet, could be YouTube, the data what we are putting, the videos what we are storing in it. We are not the owners of it. That's the reality.
Yes.
Right?
Okay. But do you
if they wanted,
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
If they wanted to take it down, they can take it down. If they wanted to censor you, they can censor you. If they wanted to say not to be seen by people, they can do that. It's because it's centralized, right? So with centralization there is power. We are not having our own ownership or the power to execute our rights, and what we call this as digital rights is not there. Like how we have human rights, there is something called as digital rights. In the digital world, these are the fundamental rights. Owning your data, owning your rights to express all this is really fundamental. It's also a human right, which is not there, and that's the state of the current world. And what blockchain is trying to do is to give you the rights back to you. Like how you have had rights in the physical world, you will have rights in the digital world. And any social platform, there is zero rights today. So there are decentralized social networks which are going to come in, are already there, and you can take a look at them. So that will give you a perspective on what is true ownership, or how it is different from the existing networks which are available.
So Wilson, down the line, you think or you presume the social media or whatever the social platforms, they adopt this blockchain methodology to give the ownership of authentication to the user.
Exactly. Yeah. So what we call this as account is what we call it as account today is given by the platform providers. In the blockchain world, in the decentralized world, what is this called as decentralized identity, and using that identity, then you have an authentication to access products and services. So that's the path with the decentralized world. That's what we would see.
Sounds very interesting. Yeah, right.
Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, we don't own anything. I think think about what happened with TikTok.
Yes, exactly. Not everyone is clear. Not everyone is clear with the example. No, so could you please elaborate on the example, Wilson?
Do you mean with TikTok?
Yeah, what happened with TikTok? We don't know.
Yeah, so TikTok is banned today, right?
Yeah.
We can't access it from India. Why?
I was thinking that from Play Store they have to remove the app. I don't know.
Yeah, so who owns the Play Store? Now the question is, the Play Store is one again centralized, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, everything is centralized. Yeah. So think of centralization not just in the software layer, but at every layer. Your communication layer is centralized. So your cell phones are centralized. The network providers are centralized. So the decentralization is taking place in all levels. What we are focusing on is only the software layer right now. So the software as a layer, but then at the network layer, there is a decentralization happening. So there is decentralization happening in the communication layer. So there are multiple layers of how you see the stack of how the web is working. Every layer is getting decentralized. We are focusing on the web layer, right, or the software layer. I think primarily the web software layer. So the centralization is there in everywhere. So the decentralization is continuing to happen in all layers.
Got it, Wilson. Thank you.
Good. Thank you, Wilson. Of course, we can ask the question to ourselves, do any one of us pay any amount to any social media or any video calls or for this chats?
Sure. One question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So basically you were saying that coming to the issue with the social media, so what's happening is like there is no limit of how much data they can extract from us. So if we take that thing, so all these tech giants, Google, Facebook, they are literally monetizing and they are literally surviving on our data, right? So they are selling our data to third party and they were utilizing for their own purpose. So if we, like the basic concept is, like the fundamental concept is that give the data to them at the primary level itself. Yes. So if we try to implement that, that is something like we were hitting them on the right. Literally, we're stopping them from their primary monetization and primary income. So can that be really happen? I mean, when compared to Europe, Europe has got the Europe digital privacy right, something like that. Is that happening over Europe, or can that be?
Yes, it is happening. Yeah, I wanted to answer that. So Europe has the GDPR, right? So that's the privacy, data protection, privacy law. And India has a bill as well. India has a protection bill. All right, it's all coming in place, right? So it's of how India was in the early 90s, and technology comes first, and then comes the regulation and the laws. So usually that's the case.
Then point where all these personalization recommendation will be.
Not necessarily. If you see, there is enough data for personalization and recommendation today. It's already there, and even that can be done in a privacy focused way.
Yes.
So not necessarily using cryptography, it is all possible. Open data access it is possible. So all the tech is available. It's a matter of fact you are the product.
Nature image. We cannot say it's a private. So it's meant to be public. It's like some newspapers. In the newspapers, there are newses are coming. It's a public newses. Okay. So there are data which is going to be a public. So those data has to be a public. Not every data has to be a public. Okay. So based on the public data, there will be personalization can happen. Okay, guys. So
Raja, is it right to say you have control to make what is public and what is private, correct?
Exactly, yeah. You have rights. You should have rights. Yeah. You mean that, okay, this is the data I don't see as a private to me. So of course you can make it a public, so any platform provider can use of that. So that kind of platform has to come in. So that's what the point end of the day. So you should have a control over your data, not the platform. Okay. Oh, that's all, guys. So, okay, we took one example on social media, right, about our history and the current world. What about in the next example about the banking, financial system? I hope every one of you having an internet banking and credit cards, accounts in bank, of course, right? So, our friend has given a good example about like Abhinav of how the bank transfer is happening and how is being recorded in blockchain. So that's like he has explained it about from the blockchain perspective. Let's think about like how is the today's world happening. Like we have evolved from the paper notebook registration, like a ledger, paper notebook ledger to the computer ledger now. So entire data of ours is stored in the one database. Am I right? For each and every, like wherever you have an account, of course, you will be having an account is registered with a bank. Okay, now the question is, of course, the bank will be owning your account. Okay, now the question is, if you want to transfer 100 rupees from your bank account to another bank account, is it possible without knowing your bank? Of course, no.
I guess that will not be possible.
Yeah, because they're the third party. They have to know. Am I right, guys? So they will be knowing about entire your information and they are owning it. So of course, end of the day, there will be a technical guy and there will be a manager for your account and everything. They have your entire control. You would have heard about over the demonetization for on the many people's account, money has been transacted, correct? Transaction has happened like without their knowledge. I hope you would all come across such news.
Yeah, we got to hear on the news that
exactly. So how would have been possible then? I'm the owner of my account. Who did the transaction on my account then? Of course, not you then, right? So there will be a superior over your account. That is the sense what we are getting. So you are not the owner of your account. That there will be another person. Even if they want, they can do anything on your account. That is the power of centralization. I mean that centralization of the database and the server and the managing of the user's data. Okay, that's a power of, they can do anything, like a platform providers can do anything. Okay, that's a second example which I wanted to bring in here. Okay, that's a financial world. Okay, now what is this blockchain? How is it going to help to solve this problem? So that's the next question. Of course, blockchain is a decentralized in nature. Not one guy is going to own the data. It's going to be owned by everyone. It's a decent, like a distributed ledger. So this is how built technology nature. Okay, it's a distributed in nature, and the consensus. Many people have to verify and confirm that. Okay, it's a valid transaction. Okay, move on to the next slide. Yeah. And trustless. You don't have to have a middleman, like kind of bank in our example. You don't want to verify anyone in between, saying that you don't have to trust anyone in between. If you are the user, because what is the bank does here in between when I transfer the money? End of the day, they validate. Do you have 100 rupees? yes, I have, then you are eligible to transfer to your friend. Kind of a third party in between who is doing a validation. So like in blockchain, like computers are the validators. Okay, guys, and incentivations. Whoever is participating in our validations, of course, we have incentivations. So this all are the nature of the blockchain. Okay, how is it like this in technology nature of the blockchain? How is that solve the problem of financial world? In financial world, of course, they have solved it. That is called Bitcoin. I hope every one of you heard about Bitcoin. Am I right, guys? Okay. It's a cryptocurrency. So cryptocurrency, how is it running in nature today is on top of blockchain. It's nothing but everyone can create an account on blockchain. Like everyone can have account of the Bitcoin, and you can transfer money if you are having it from one account to another account, even without no customer support, no customer calls, and no third party in between sitting behind us saying that okay, Raja has 100 rupees and Wilson is going to have this 100 rupees after this. No validation, no person is sitting by, no third party in this. So in the blockchain has been successfully implemented on the financial world called Bitcoin. So of course, in Bitcoin in nature, no one is owning it like a platform. It's a decentralized platform. Until today, no one has said that I'm the owner of it. Of course, no one can say, because whoever is running the node, like a decentralized node, they are the owner of the, everyone is participating, group of owners, not one owner. Okay, guys. So that's one real world application has been built on top of blockchain and made successfully, and everyone has believed it. It's been more than 10 years. No customer supports. Think about it. We all use many services, be it a mobile service, be it a banking service, be it many services. Of course, we would have contacted a customer support at least once in our so far our life, right? So how is this possible without customer support? In Bitcoin, think about it. They made it. Even no transaction has been failed so far. How was it possible? So they made it. They made it work so far. It's happening and it is live today. And you can even go and check in there is something called Bitcoin. Of course, everyone knows, but if doesn't know, if anyone of you don't know about it, just go and read about it, guys. Okay. So that's one example on the financial world. Another is any questions here?
Do we have any questions, students? Lena, any questions from students?
Okay. If it is all any questions or you understand something, let us know, guys. Okay.
Not yet, sir. If yes, I'll notify you.
Sure, thank you. So now this graph which I'm presenting in front of you is nothing but the era so far what we have come across. Of course, long back, in the past, there is a year presentation here. So in this during this period, we have been using the mainframe. Over the mainframe, of course, it's kind of the cloud who is managing the entire data for us. So from there, people started owning their own desktop. Of course, today, as of today, every one of you will be having any computer or laptop. Just think about it. Then what does it mean? So everyone wants to have their own personal computer to store their data. Am I right? So from this era to this era, that is what people have thought about it. From this era, now what is the era current? At present, what we are living is something like a cloud era. We don't want to store any data. So if I have my data in my computer, of course, if I lose my computer, I will lose my data. So in the safer time, I will be storing my entire data on the platform who is providing on the platforms in the cloud. So end of the day, what happens is they have the entire control over your data. Of course, they are helping us to holding our data, but even they are also taking advantage of our data. So what is now is, okay, I don't want to even lose this concept. Like, hey, I don't want this feature, let them have it. But how about you don't own my account, but have my data, which is end-to-end encrypted. Even the platform should never see the data, whatever I store on the database. Even you don't own my account and don't read about my data. Okay, this is the era which has been built like a, I mean, in future, like as the question being asked, like social media also will be becoming something like will be built on blockchain, some set, right? So something like that in future, of course, it is going to be. Sorry, entire data is going to be encrypted, not owned by any platform. They are just the platform providers. Like as example, okay, we are a block survey. We are just a platform providers. Okay, okay. This is the era what has been evolved and where are we and what we are visualizing. It's a vision of the next era. Okay, guys. This is the graph what I have to share with you all. Okay, and the next is applications. Of course, I gave you an example about the Bitcoin application, how it has evolved and how is it being currently running in the current real world, and what is the technology behind it is used. Okay, so this is what I gave you an example. Without central bank, without single administrator, decentralized. So all of them we have discussed so far. Okay, I'm coming to the block survey now. Of course, many of us will be collecting the data, like be it a student or be it be it at any designation. Of course, we will be coming to a need saying that, okay, I want to know the list, or like collecting a data out of my friends, like from my friends or from my colleagues or from my apartment. So the situation can occur at any time. So what happens is, end of the day, we are collecting a data. We have to collect a data from our friends. Like how are we doing it? Of course, there are many open platforms are there available in the market. Like example about like a Google Forms, right? So most of our students and most of us are using a Google Form. So far as we discussed, of course, you guys should come to know now what is happening with the platforms, what they offer, like a centralized big giant platforms. If we use, what is happening behind the screen, of course you will come to know now. Okay, they are owning your account, and they, of course, your entire data is with them, and that is how they will be giving you personalization. Of course, you all would have come across a feature in Gmail. If you type something, the suggestion will happen in the next. So from where it has come, and everything is from your data. Okay, that's all from the social media point of view. Okay, according to block survey, what we have solved the problem is, like we have participated in one hackathon, myself and Wilson and team. So end of the day, we wanted to ideate. We had to ideate the new idea to start with the hackathon. So on that day, we felt like, okay, let's all submit the idea, then think about which idea is best. We end of the day, we used the one centralized platform only. Then later it came to my mind, how about the ideas what all we have gathered so far? Why not it will be theft? Like a platform provider will, of course, definitely come to know what is that ideation you guys are doing it. So then later we thought of building, okay, we have to have a collected, I mean, to collect the entire data of whatever the data we are collecting, we should be the owner of it. Like what should be the, how to achieve this and how we have to help the people. So that is where this journey has started of the block survey. So we built block survey on top of blockchain called Blockstack. Okay, there is something called Blockstack blockchain. They are providing a decentralized authentication. Like no one is owner for your account authentication. By using your account and you can collect a number of data, and you can collect anything on block survey which will never be visible to us. It's entirely encrypted by your account. You only just owner of your data. If you ask us what the data I have collected, can you reset my password, or can you delete my account? Nothing is possible with us. We are just a provider. We never hold off, or we never know who are you, where are you from, what is the data you're collecting, and how sensitive it is, and it is related to any topic. Nothing will be never knowing about anything about you and your data. So it's just like a zero knowledge platform. Okay, so this is what the block survey is serving, and it is helping many people by today, and many research people's doctors. Many of them will be collecting a sensitive data. So for them, it is more helpful to them. So that is where we are helping them as well. So the platform is completely decentralized, guys. And another is okay. Any questions here?
Any questions so far? So I had one question. So you are showing that cloud to blockchain migration or the era transition, right? So there, do you see why people means what are the reasons people can migrate from the cloud era to the decentralized era. So because the cloud is more flexible and easily accessible from anywhere, right? So only because of the privacy protection and not platform provider not having visibility to data, that is a migration.
Okay, very good. What the point, even I made the point on the time itself. What I mean by is really it's a very good feature that there is a company who is providing your storage for us. I'm not saying to not to use it. The point here is the data, whatever you store it, it has to be a junk data to that platform. Like you should have a key to open the data and read and lock the key and send the data to the cloud.
Also the if you see each of these transition of the era, and if you have observed it, there is a specific reason for it, and all we are looking for is primarily centralization to decentralization in each era. I think what happened with the mainframe era is primarily you are computing at a remote space, and then we got into the desktop era. We wanted that personal computing, right? Now what we have done is with the advent of mobile and how we are seamlessly connected using networks, and everything has matured, and now we are in the cloud era, and we seamlessly using services using browsers, right? Primarily everything is web, and in decentralized era, it's an augmentation of a cloud era. We are not wiping off that era. So if you see here, still mainframes are there, still desktops is something that we are using, and how we are interacting with the web is changing. The devices are, and the cloud is going to remain, but then decentralization is primarily going to happen at the cloud space. In the cloud, we are going to decentralize it. How we are going to decentralize this is primarily not taking control of the user's data or having ownership of the user's accounts. So that's the decentralization which is going to happen on top of the cloud. So if you see BlockSurvey, it's a cloud. You don't bring in your device to store data, correct? It's facilitated. We are still running on the cloud, but then when we look at all your data, we have zero knowledge. What I mean by that is since it is encrypted, and we have no access to it. Only your keys can unlock and see your data. So we have no interest in your data. So that's how the decentralized era is evolving. So what are the advantages of it? Why you should come to the decentralized era is a question, correct? Now, think of owning your digital assets. Anything you do in the digital world has to be owned by you, so that when you own it, you have an opportunity to monetize it later on. Meaning, so you can look at projects like data dividend project. Your data is valuable. The data you produce, the ideas you produce, the insights you collect, you collate, whatever it is, it's high in value. However, you realized value in the physical world, there is a realization of has to come in for the data on the digital world. So it's as simple as that. If you have control over it, you will be able to monetize it. You will be able to see more value in it. Could be in multiple forms. So that is where blockchain is going to help you. When you truly own your data as well as your identity, you will be able to play it as you want. So if someone is going to ask you your data, and if you're going to give it in a way that you're going to share it with only the right authority, you are safe. So your privacy, security, everything is coming in. But then if you're looking to monetize it, it is possible. There is a possibility to monetize as well. So you'll be able to trade your data. You'll be able to trade your ideas, and rather than someone else doing all that for you, you will be in a much greater position to do all this. I think that's what I think. You just remember there's a saying called as today, data is more valuable than oil. It is not just the collective data which is valuable, but then your data, the amount of data you produce every day is far higher than anything it was 10 years ago. So you are sitting with you're actually producing, you're kind of mining your own data, and it's something like a gold mine. So that's what will drive the decentralization era.
So with the help of decentralization, the server hacks, data leaks, these can be prevented, right?
Yeah. So that is never. So data leaks are going to be of the past. So data leaks, data breaches are not possible.
Yeah, got it. Thank you, Raja. Thank you. Go ahead, Raja.
Hello, sir. One question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sir. We are in cloud era now. So we'll be having username and password to access the cloud, right? The same wise in the blockchain, we'll be having private keys, right? We'll having our own keys to access our block. So, if, for example, if the access keys are being lost because this is a decentralized system, how it is going to help?
See, this is where, right? This is similar to losing your own keys. If you lose your keys, only you are impacted.
Yeah.
So there is not going to be a massive breach. So if you are negligent to lose your keys, we can't help, right? So it's like you have your house keys and you lose your house keys.
Yeah, but in cloud area, we can have the forgot password. We can get back to our accounts, right?
That's the limitation. Yeah.
So this is the problem in the blockchain, I think.
This is a problem.
So it's a feature. This is how you have to own. We don't have to own your house key. You only just have to own your house key. That's a point here.
So what you can do is, if there are custodian solutions available, say if you are worried that you lose your house keys, what will you do? There are strategies you can apply, right? So you will give the same key to someone else as well, right? So maybe someone whom you trust, you can give it a key. Maybe in your family member, you can give your keys and say, keep it safe. If I lose it, I will come and get it back from you, right? So something like that, there are strategies you can use. Or if you are, say, for people who are owning Bitcoin, if they are worried that they'll lose their keys, they will go for custodian solutions. There are custodian solutions available. Enterprises are providing. If you wanted to do it, then you can do that as well. You pay a fee, but then again, you are putting a trust on another centralized provider, correct?
Makes sense.
You can choose how you want it to play.
Yeah, means you can store your key somewhere, and if you forget the key, you unlock the platform, the forgot the key feature, and you get your key back.
Yeah. We are also looking at it. So see, BlockSurvey can do the custodian solution.
Okay.
Right? But then we at this point in time, we don't want that to.
Maybe you can have a separate solution to do the custodian work.
Exactly. Yeah. But we would be doing this primarily when there is a lot of enterprise interest is going to come in. We will be looking at something like this.
Okay. I hope Vishwa, you got your question answered, or you have any further?
Yeah, thank you, sir. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Vishwa. Go ahead, Raja.
Good guys. So this is what is about the applications what we have built on blockchain, like called block stack. Okay. So the encouragement from this is, of course, you guys can take a look what is block stack and what all of that they are offering. Okay, they are offering many solutions, like it's a kind of plugin solutions, like APIs. Okay, node modules, kind of that. Okay, you can just install those offerings and start using their own like implementation, like be it decentralized authentication and how to drive them. They have given they write very built modules like to interact with the decentralized world. The main point is like what is the problem we have to solve and how are we going to use the technology to solve the problem. So that is what is the responsibility of ours. So once if you learn on this block stack little bit about this technology and how is it working, later it's about you. What is that problem you are having like around you, or what is the problem so far you are faced in the current world, you can even transform that to the decentralized era. So this block stack ecosystem will help you guys to end to build an application on decentralized world. Okay, yeah, that's my point. In this PDF, like we have given all the resources, like what you can research on blockchain space and what it is, what all the concepts we have come so far, like in this last 1 year. So we have captured all of them here. You can take a look what it is in each in depth. You can understand what it is and yeah, gain more knowledge on it. When you build, it will help you guys. Uh, of course, it will be a good one to start with, like learn it and start with your own basic idea to solve the problem, then later make it big. So that's my suggestion to you guys. So that's all I have so far.
Raja, do you want to show the YouTube channel, Raja, the Zero to DApp?
Exactly. Yeah, we have captured the end-to-end building the application from zero to decentralized app, how to build using Blockstack. Okay, guys. So what you could do is you can just go to the YouTube/blockchain, sorry, block survey. Okay. It's a block survey channel. So here we have given a videos tutorial for how to build a zero to DApp application on your own. Okay, so everything has been captured here. If you come to the end, blockchain tutorial, you can have a look at this and learn about it. And you can, once if you have learned it, of course, it's on you after that how to take it further, like build your own ideas on top of it.
And in that tutorial, we'll be showing actually how you can build a Google Photos alternative. How you can build a simple photo storage app using Blockstack. So think of Blockstack as a programmable SDK, a software development kit for you to get started.
Yes.
So that it is easy as a developer, as a application creators, we have to focus only on building applications and solutions. Correct? We don't have to build the blockchain again. So most of the lessons out there today, or be it whatever you read, be it in books, they will be speaking about how you can create a blockchain. But I think that is not the objective. Our objective to help you is how you can start creating applications on blockchain. Right? Think of something like maybe in your studies, you might be learning about operating system. They will be teaching you how to create an operating system or how to create a compiler. Maybe that is one thing. If your passion is hardcore building the platform, right? Building the platform, then you focus on that area, right? Say how to build a blockchain or how to research on few of these core concepts, right? Like how to create, say maybe studying on cryptography or how to bring in pseudo anonymity, those are fundamentals of the blockchain that blockchain creators will continue to work on that. We are into the space of application building. What we will do is we will study the blockchain, and blockchain gives their toolkit how to build real world applications. We will pick the right blockchain and we will build applications. So you can think of as two different verticals, and then you can figure out which one do you want to move ahead with.
I think from industry perspective, application development would be on demand for careers for students.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So if you understand how to, just the basics, don't study for a long time. Just understand the basics of it. Start building things on blockchain. So that is the best way to learn. So the best way to learn is just experimenting it, prototyping it, rapid experimentation and rapid prototyping. Quickly build something, get it to market, test it, then move on to the next step. I think so. That's something that I want to touch upon. The startup culture is it's very simple. The more you experiment and fail fast, you will learn faster. So that's what we have done. So Block Survey could be Block Survey is one of the 5th or the 6th project. After we started working on, we hack a lot. We have that hacking culture of think of something like every month build one project and start learning it, learning from the experience as you are building. So that is the best way to approach it. Yeah, I think approach every project like a hackathon. Like say if you're just given 2 days to work on something, and if you have to deliver it, how would you do it? So think of something like that. Build just the basic prototype. It's a fairly simple prototype, and that is sufficient. Then show it to people, ask for feedback. Do they like it? Do they see it as a problem? Ask them, is it actually solving a pain point in some area? And
So,
then you have an idea out there, and you evaluate.
So one question I frequently get from students is, what will be the pace of working in a startup culture? So do we have to rapidly give development work, or do we get some time to learn and do? So what is the startup culture for students and beginners?
For students, yes, we help them learn for over a 6 months time. So there is always a ramping up time, correct? So how we approach it is primarily is with someone who is a newbie or who is just starting. Get into the zone of working, delivering value sooner, wherever you are. Be it any organization, even if you're trying to intern, or be it if you're joining as a fresher, get into that zone of delivering value sooner. So you may have to be prepared for it. How you prepare yourself is primarily giving that effort. So you may have to do a lot of homework. So if you don't know something, maybe you are spending 8 hours in an office work, and then if you have to prepare for your next day, if you're doing something for the next day, you have to be ready with what you're going to do for the next day. So you have to do your homework and come to work and deliver value on times, right? So that is.
So delivering value. So from student perspective, if I see, right, there are two main categories students see: is IT background and non-IT background. So IT background can find some coding basis and they'll be able to brush up. So for non-IT background students, so any kind of value they can create for startups. Any ideas on?
Absolutely. Yeah. So even for non-IT students, right? So we focus heavily on SEO now, right? So if you're a content writer, if you understand technology, if you wanted to write about it, there is excellent work there as well. So if you're looking at say product marketing, say product marketing or doing sales for softwares and say softwares like us, that is another domain. So you can help in various other ways, right? So there's plenty of things there, even for non-tech people, and you can be a community player, right? So if you're building community like what you are building right now, there are community activities are there. So if you're a people person, you can look at becoming a community manager for a tech product and so on, right? So almost all products have community today. So community is also a vehicle for growth, right? And you can, if you have excellent strategies to execute, take the product to more people, you can look at growth hacking, how to grow quickly. How can you help a company to grow, or how can you help a startup to grow? If you have a product, how would you take it to market? Taking to market is another ball game as well. So there are plenty of areas for non-tech people to assist tech people as well. So it's a mixture of both. Both has to go hand in hand. Not just a tech product can work by itself or get into market by itself. It's a bridge of both. So all skill sets are needed for a startup to succeed, not just purely technical skill. So there's a lot of work. I think every part in an engine has to move rightly to work together. So that's
every wheel is important for the vehicle to move forward. Yeah. So students, do we have any questions for Wilson and Raja? They are here, so we have some time now. So you can clarify your questions. They are here to help us. Just go ahead and type in questions or unmute and speak. So anything related to technology or the non-technical part also, our career perspective also, they'll be able to advise.
Yeah, I wanted to add, I think you have an excellent opportunity. I think this is great. You are in this forum. Probably you might be listening to various other people week on week. So I would say start working. So whatever you're learning, start executing while you're studying it. and find a niche you wanted to work on. Be clear on what you wanted to work on, and what is your passion. Find out, try experimenting during these days itself, and figure out what is that you really wanted to do. And yeah, I think there is nothing like doing it first, and so if you do it, and then you would learn from it. So start doing it.
Most of the students, they face the starting problem, and there is a mindset limitations also, right? Like I am from EC background, I'm new to coding. So if they want to try IT job from an EC or EEE background students, they want to try IT jobs. They have a mindset like I'm a non-IT background person. For me, it's difficult to learn coding and doing. This kind of mindset limitations are there.
Yeah, I think so. It's about getting into the zone of just learning it. So you try it for 6 months time. Give yourself enough time. There is a learning curve, right? So you will definitely hit a plateau. So to master something, you have to actually spend more time on it. So it doesn't come in. Maybe you will get a good kick when you are starting for the first 30 days. Maybe you will lose steam after that. But it's about how you are sticking to that goal. I think you may have to hustle hard to really master that. So give yourself enough time. Don't be impatient. I would say if you have a goal for it, give that space for yourself to be on that. For definitely you will see it. And yeah, I think Raja is also adding a point that saying that you have to solve problems. Yeah, so look at solving problems, observe around you and see what problems you are seeing.
Sure. We are reaching to the end of the session. So Raja, any final words for students from your side? We'll be happy to hear something from you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Guys, actually, a few of the questions I'm seeing which language I have to learn. Okay. See, I say there is a blockchain which is built by any company like a Blockstack. They have built the blockchain. To access the blockchain, they have built on top of it using a very simple APIs like for a JavaScript bundle, okay, which is available to interact with the blockchains. All you need is, like I would say, you just need a JavaScript skills and as well as the problem solving skill of like any data structure problems in any language. Because end of the day, solving the problem in any language, all you need is the skill, like how to solve and how efficient, how effective to solve the problem. That is just very important. I would say based on the blockchain, whatever, there are so many blockchains on the market now. So it's about what is that solution you are going to bring in and what chain will fit to you. Like there are many blockchains. For our use cases, we have chosen Blockstack as a blockchain. So you have many blockchains in the market. So and what is you on studying on top of it, you will come to know. You have to of course you have to know about the chain first and how is that happen, how many people are using the chain. On top of that, what is that they have made it simple to access the blockchain. Once after studying all of them, then you can choose, okay, this is the blockchain you have to use to solve the problem, whatever you have. So this is how you guys have to choose it. I hope you get it right. We have Blockstack. Okay, Blockstack is the one we have come across, which is very simple to solve the problem for our in nature, like a data privacy. So digital privacy is to solve the problem. So we have chosen it and we have made it application and it is live. So according to it, you can pick any problem, like be it a financial problem or data privacy problem or any problem, and you have to. Of course, you have to read and understand all the chains, like which is topmost chain, which is very good in the market. There are few chains are having a very good usages and very good people are adapting the chain. So you have to understand that and you have to get the chain knowledge of the chain and you have to start use that chain. Okay, guys. So that is how you have to start with your and start with your journey of building on blockchain. Okay, you have to understand the chain and okay, is it solving your problem or you think in your mind? Of course, they are serving your purpose. You go with that and start building the technology.
Thank you.
That's all I have, Jenny. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And students, we have the feedback form that's again built on Blockserver platform. You can now you will get understanding of the service platform, right? So just go and see the platform and give your feedback. So Wilson has given the website link. So just visit that. So Wilson, whatever the YouTube content you have created, we'll be happy to share with the students. They will utilize and they will create some applications using that.
Sure, Jani. Yeah, I think so. We have free plans for students. In case if you wanted to try block survey, you don't have to pay for it. If you are a student, just apply the form. Just create an account, get a feel of it, and then go ahead and apply for it. So I'll grant you access, and also get a feel of how this is working. So you will. This may not be the easiest thing to use. When you sign up, you will get to know how it is different from traditional applications what we are trying to use in the web today. It is way different. So yeah, give it a try, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Jani, and then he can put you all in touch with us. Also happy to help. If you have any questions, just reach out to us. Happy to help.
We will let students know about the flexibility you have given to students. So we have a network of students, because Saturday some of the students are having classes. They are not able to join, but they will surely go through the recording on YouTube, and we will share the YouTube links and this student flexibility. We have will circulate into students, and I hope students will be able to utilize the features you have given. So thanks a lot, Wilson, for that. And student. Before we close, but any further questions or anything you want to ask, discuss with Wilson and Raja? Anyone would like to unmute and speak or type in the chat, please? Anyone trying to speak? Okay, thank you, Harsha. Okay, if no further questions are coming, we can wind up the session for today. Thank you, Wilson and Raja, for taking your time and helping students. It was a very valuable session for students, and Sandbox Technologies and my team are really thankful to your team for coming around and giving a session. And thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jani. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for joining the session. Bye-bye. We'll meet you in the next session.
Sure.
Bye-bye.